The story begins far away from Earth, in a dark and empty region of space. There is no sound, no movement, and no life. Only broken metal, drifting ashes, and the quiet remains of something terrible. A full alien battle fleet has been destroyed here. Not damaged, not defeated, but erased. The kind of destruction that makes even the bravest warriors freeze in fear. The Galactic Council sends their investigation team to this location. Their leader is an alien historian named Varek, a young but curious researcher who always tries to understand the truth behind great events. When Varek steps out of his ship and looks around, he feels a strange pressure on his chest. It is as if the air itself whispers danger. Burned ships float like dead giants. Titanium armor is melted like soft plastic. Entire cruisers are cut clean in half. There is only one question in every investigator's mind. What weapon could do this? The answer appears on their scanners. One signature, one impossible reading. A whisper passes through the team. Human technology. The whole investigation group stays silent. Everyone knows the stories. Humans are not the strongest species, not the biggest, not the oldest, but they're the most unpredictable. They fight with a kind of fire that other species cannot understand. Some call it bravery, others call it madness, and many call it overkill. Varek finds something floating near the ruins, a small black box with a blinking red light. It is a battlefield recorder, a final message from whoever fought here. When Varek picks it up, the device hums, as if it still remembers the fear of its last moments. The council orders him to open it. Varek hesitates, then presses play. The screen bursts to life with violent flashes, giant explosions, bright beams cutting through hundreds of ships, shock waves tearing through space. The voice of a human soldier echoes through the recording. His tone is calm, almost cold, as if destruction is completely normal to him. "We warned them," the soldier says. They did not listen. The recording ends with a final explosion so bright that the hologram flickers and dies. Varek is left staring at the empty screen, his hands shaking. The council members discuss the situation in panic. They fear that humans have created a new weapon, something beyond any defense the galaxy understands. They want answers. They want control. But most of all, they want to know why. Why would humans use such extreme power? Why destroy an entire fleet when a simple warning shot could work? Why go so far? Varek listens to their arguments, but his eyes remain fixed on the destroyed ships outside the window. He senses something deeper here, something no one else sees. Not hate, not anger, something far more dangerous. Purpose. Humans never fight without a reason. If they use such power, then something must have pushed them to the limit. Something the council does not understand. The council orders Varek to travel to human space. Find the truth, they say. Learn why humans redefine overkill. Varek agrees, but inside, he feels a cold fear growing. He remembers the recording, the calm human voice, the impossible destruction, the final explosion. He wonders what humans are truly capable of when they believe they must win at any cost. As a ship prepares for launch, Varek looks one last time at the silent battlefield. The stars reflect off the broken metal, like a graveyard under moonlight. He whispers to himself, if this is what humans call overkill, what happens when they are really angry? With that, he begins his journey toward human territory, unaware that the truth he seeks may shake the entire galaxy. Varek's ship moved through the darkness of space like a quiet shadow. No music, no lights, no sound. Only the soft hum of the engines as they carried him toward the place every alien feared, human territory. For most species, traveling near human space was a terrible idea. Many called it the silent zone, because any ship that entered without permission simply disappeared. Some said humans captured them. Others said humans destroyed them instantly. No one actually knew the truth, and that made the fear even stronger. But Varek had no choice. The Galactic Council wanted answers, and he was the one sent to get them. His heart beat faster as he entered the final border. His sensors beeped loudly. Warning, human territory. The words flashed across his screen in bright red. Then, something even stranger happened. His ship stopped moving. Completely. As if the engines froze. Varek felt cold panic rise in his chest. What is happening?" he whispered. A soft voice suddenly filled the ship. "Unknown vessel. This is Human Defense Network. Please identify yourself." The voice was calm. Not angry. Not hostile. Just calm. And yet that calmness made Varek even more afraid. He quickly transmitted his identity and mission. There was a long pause. Then the voice returned. "Permission granted. Follow the beacon. Do not change your course." A bright golden light appeared in front of his ship, guiding him forward. Varek swallowed hard and followed. As he entered deeper into human territory, he expected to see massive warships, giant cannons, or perhaps dangerous patrols. But he saw something different, something far more frightening. Everything was organized. Everything was perfect. Human stations floated in formation like they were drawn with mathematical precision. Their ships moved with silent discipline. There were no wasted actions, no confusion, no mistakes. Humans were not chaotic monsters. They were controlled. They were prepared. They were watching everything. Varek realized something important. The stories were wrong. Humans were not reckless. They were intelligent, and that made them even more dangerous. A message pinged on his screen. "Ambassador Varek, please prepare for arrival. Captain Rhea will receive you." His stomach twisted. The name Rhea was famous among aliens. Whispers of battles humans never lost, missions humans completed alone, and warnings delivered with deadly precision. Many alien captains used her name to scare new recruits. Now Varek would meet her. His ship landed inside a human docking bay. When the doors opened, he saw humans waiting for him. Their armor was clean and bright. Their faces calm. No fear. No anger. Just quiet confidence. Then she walked forward. Captain Rhea, tall, sharp-eyed, and composed like a person who had seen every kind of danger and survived all of it. Her presence alone felt like standing next to a sleeping volcano, quiet now, but capable of destroying mountains. She studied Varek carefully. "So," she said in a low, steady voice, "you want to understand Overkill?" Varek nodded nervously. Rhea turned and began walking. "Follow me." They entered a long corridor with transparent walls showing human ships outside. Varek spoke softly. "We saw the battlefield, the destroyed fleet. The Council thinks humans have created a new weapon." Rhea did not stop walking. "We did not create a new weapon," she said. Varek blinked. "Then how was the enemy fleet erased? What power did you use?" Rhea stopped. She looked at him with eyes that held entire stories of war inside them. "It was not a weapon," she said. "It was protocol." Varek's heart dropped. Protocol? Humans used a protocol to destroy an entire fleet? Rhea continued, "We do not enjoy war. We do not start war. But if someone threatens us, we finish it completely." Varek felt a chill run down his spine. Rhea leaned slightly closer. "You want to know why humans use overkill?" she said quietly. Varek swallowed hard. "Yes." Rhea turned away and opened a door leading to a dark room filled with holograms and recordings. "Then I will show you," she said. The lights dimmed. A new recording began, and Varek's journey into the truth finally started. The room grew darker as the holograms activated. Blue light filled the air, and Varek saw shapes forming. Ships, explosions, maps, and strange symbols he didn't understand. Captain Rhea stood in the center, her hands behind her back, her face calm but serious. "This," she said, "is the beginning." A hologram of a large alien empire appeared. Their ships were enormous, covered in spikes like floating monsters. Varek recognized them immediately. "The Zalith Empire," he whispered. Rhea nodded. 5 weeks ago, they sent us a message." The room changed. A threatening voice echoed through the hologram. "Humans, leave our borders or be destroyed. You have 1 cycle to surrender." Varek felt a shiver. But humans were nowhere near their territory. Rhea looked at him. "Yes, and that is why we knew something was wrong. The Zalith never warn. They attack." The hologram switched again. It showed a massive dark structure hidden on a planet near Zalith space. Red symbols blinked around it. What is that? Varric asked. A weapon, Rhea replied. A planet killer. A laser large enough to destroy Earth in a single shot. Varric stepped back in horror. The Zalith Empire had secretly built a weapon strong enough to end all of humanity. They did not warn humans because they wanted peace. They warned humans to buy time. Time to charge the weapon. Rhea spoke softly. Humans did not start this war. We were already targeted. The hologram changed to a timeline. It showed humans discovering the weapon only minutes before it was ready to fire. 18 minutes, Rhea said. That's how long we had. Varric stared at her. But 18 minutes is nothing. How did you prepare? Rhea turned toward him slowly. We activated Overkill protocol. Varric's throat tightened. Explain it. Rhea walked closer to the holograms. It is not a weapon. It is a rule, a final option. If humanity faces extinction, we respond without limits. The holograms zoomed in on human fleets, moving with impossible speed, their engines glowing bright white. They were not attacking. They were hitting the weapon before it fired. Every ship, every missile, every laser fired at full power. No hosetaschen. No distrant. Overkill protocol means, Rhea said, we end the thread in one strike. Varric watched the hologram explosion. It was huge, bright enough to light the entire room. The enemy's planetary weapon vanished in a single blast. But why was the entire fleet destroyed, he asked. Rhea sighed softly. Because they refused to stop. After we destroyed the weapon, the Zalith sent their fleet to attack us in retaliation. They wanted revenge. The hologram showed the enemy fleet moving toward Earth. Hundreds of ships, thousands of weapons, more firepower than most species could imagine. Varric felt his legs weaken. That was the fleet we found. Rhea nodded. Yes. The recording played the battle. Human ships moved with unnatural precision. They dodged, they fired, they coordinated like a single mind. The enemy fleet's shields failed instantly, their ships breaking apart like fragile glass. It was not chaos. It was not anger. It was perfection. Varric whispered, fearful. How can humans fight like this? Rhea looked at him directly. Because humans are not afraid of pain, she said quietly. And we do not accept defeat. When someone tries to erase us, we respond with everything we have. Varric felt the weight of her words settle in the room. The hologram ended. The room went silent. Rhea walked closer to him. Her voice softened. You see overkill as madness. But for us, it is survival. Varric opened his mouth to speak, but no words came out. His mind was full of questions, fear, and a growing understanding that changed everything he thought he knew about humans. Then Rhea said the words that raised the suspense even higher. This is only the first half of the truth. There is something the Council does not know. Varric's eyes widened. What do you mean? Rhea stepped toward the door. The Zalith were not the real enemy, she said, and the lights slowly went out. Varric followed Captain Rhea through a dim corridor, his mind spinning with the truth he had just learned. A weapon aimed at Earth, a fleet destroyed, and something even worse hidden behind it. His heart beat faster with every step. Rhea stopped at a large metal door. It opened with a heavy sound, revealing another hollow room. But this one felt different, colder, older, and heavier with secrets. Inside, the lights switched on slowly. A giant map appeared in the center, showing regions of the galaxy Varric had never seen before. Rhea spoke quietly. You asked why humans used overkill. The truth is, we had no choice. Because the real enemy was not the Zalith Empire. Varric frowned. Then who? Rhea tapped the control panel. The map zoomed into a dark part of space, an empty region with no stars. A symbol appeared, a twisted spiral. Varric felt his stomach drop. A void zone. No, Rhea answered. A hunting ground. The hologram shifted. A huge shadowy creature appeared, shaped like a ship but alive, its body long and covered with glowing patterns, like veins filled with blue fire. Varric gasped. I've never seen this species. Most haven't, Rhea said. And those who did not live long enough to report it. The creature's image spun slowly, showing its enormous size. Bigger than battleships. Able to swallow cruisers whole. Rhea continued. We call them reavers. The word echoed in the room like a curse. These creatures feed on energy, she explained. Stars, engines, reactors, even life force. They hunt silently. They leave no survivors. Varric felt a cold chill crawl up his spine. But what does this have to do with the Zalith? Rhea dimmed the map. The Zalith found a reaver nest near their borders. Instead of warning the galaxy, they made a deal. What kind of deal? Varric whispered. Rhea's voice became sharper. They promised the reavers a new, energy-rich target. Varric froze. Earth. Humans. A perfect feeding ground. Varric's chest tightened. So the Zalith wanted to feed humans to these monsters? Yes, Rhea said simply. They built the planet killer to weaken us. After that, the reavers would finish the job. Varric stumbled back, horrified. His fear of human overkill now felt small compared to this. Humans knew, Rhea continued. The moment we destroyed the planet killer weapon, our systems detected reaver movement. They were coming. 2 of them. Varric looked at the hologram of the destroyed fleet again, realizing something terrifying. That fleet wasn't attacking you, he whispered. They were running? Rhea nodded. The Zalith fleet was trying to escape the reavers. They tried to pass near Earth and use us as a shield. Varric felt dizzy. So humans destroyed them to stop them from bringing the reavers close? Rhea's voice grew firm. Yes, Overkill protocol wasn't only about survival. It was about containment. If even one reaver reached human space, entire sectors would die. The hologram shifted again, showing the final minutes of the battle. Rhea's voice echoed calmly over the recording. Target all reactors. Do not allow escape. Human ships fired with precise and brutal focus. Every explosion grew larger. Every enemy ship became a burst of fire. The Zalith fleet was erased, not out of cruelty, but because allowing even one ship to run would lead the reavers straight to Earth. Varric whispered, "This is why you didn't tell the Council. They would panic." Rhea nodded. And panic means mistakes. Mistakes mean reavers. And reavers mean extinction. The room went silent. Then Rhea leaned closer, her voice low and controlled. "There is something else you must understand." Varric swallowed. "What?" Rhea looked directly into his eyes. "The reavers are not done. They are still moving, and the Council's new plan may bring them closer than ever before." Varric felt his blood turn to ice. What plan?" Rhea stepped back as alarms suddenly lit the room red. "Your council," she said, "is preparing for war." The lights flashed. The ground shook, and Varric realized the galaxy was about to make the worst mistake in its history. The alarm lights flashed bright, red across the room. A deep siren echoed through the human station, vibrating through the metal walls like a warning from the universe itself. Varric froze, fear twisting inside him. Captain Rhea didn't panic. She didn't run. She simply turned toward the door with the calm of someone who had seen far worse. "Follow me," she said. Varric followed, but his legs felt heavy and weak. Every step reminded him of what he had just learned. Reavers were coming, and the Council was preparing for war without knowing the truth. They entered the command center. Humans sat at glowing consoles, typing fast, monitoring maps and signals. Everyone moved with silent discipline. No shouting, no fear, just focus. Rhea walked to the main screen. It showed a signal pulsing from the far edge of Council space. "What is that?" Varric asked. Rhea tapped the display. "Your Council will just send a fleet toward human borders." Varric's breath caught. But why? "They only sent me to talk." Rhea gave him a sharp look. "You know how the Council thinks. They fear what they do not understand. And nothing scares them more than humans." Varric lowered his eyes. She was right. Council members had whispered behind closed doors. Humans are too strong. Humans are unpredictable. They must be controlled before they control us. Control. That word tasted like poison now. Varric felt a sinking realization. They think they can pressure humans with force. Rhea nodded. Enforcing humans is the worst mistake anyone can make. The room darkened as another hologram activated. This time, not a recording, but a memory. Rhea stood silently as the image of a small human colony appeared on the screen. It was burned, broken, dead. What happened here? Varric asked softly. Rhea exhaled slowly. A small empire tried to scare us. They attacked a peaceful colony, thinking humans would surrender quickly. The hologram shifted. Human rescue teams searched through ruined buildings. The silence felt heavy. Many died, Rhea said. Families, children, people who had nothing to do with war. Varric stared at the destruction. His throat tightened. Rhea continued. The attackers expected us to negotiate, to compromise. She turned her eyes toward him. We did not. The hologram changed again, showing human ships unleashing powerful coordinated strikes. Entire enemy fleets fell one by one. Outposts vanished. Military bases turned to glowing ash. Not out of anger, out of cold, controlled precision. We ended their military in 2 days, Rhea said. Their empire surrendered before the third sunrise. Varric shivered. So this is why humans use overkill. Rhea nodded. When someone threatens humanity, we remove the threat completely. Not halfway, not slowly. We do not give them time to recover and attack again. Her voice grew firmer. Overkill is not cruelty. It is protection. It means the enemy never gets a second chance to harm us. Varric looked at the screen, showing the Council fleet approaching human space. But the Council, they don't understand this. No, Rhea said, and that is why they are walking into danger they cannot imagine. Another alert flashed across the room. Incoming signal. Council fleet demanding surrender of human weapons. Varric felt a rush of panic. They're ordering humans to disarm. They're insane. That will. Rhea raised a hand. Humanity will not attack them, she said calmly. Varric blinked. They won't. Rhea shook her head. Not first. She pointed to a new signal on the screen. It came from deep space, moving fast. Huge. Cold. Hunter-like. Varric's heart stopped. A reaver, he whispered. Rhea nodded slowly. The Council fleet's jump engines created an energy flare. Enough for the reavers to track. Varric felt the blood leave his face. So they're not only heading toward humans, they're leading the reavers here. Rhea finally turned fully toward him. This, she said, is why humans redefine overkill. When we decide to end something, we end it before it can destroy everything we love. The screen showed the reaver closing in behind the Council fleet. Varric knew now the Council was not just wrong. They were about to doom the entire galaxy. Rhea's final words made his heart drop. We must stop you, Council, or the reavers will arrive, and no species will survive. The command center shook slightly as the alarms grew louder. Human officers moved quickly but calmly, every step controlled, every command precise. Varric stood in the middle of the chaos, but the fear in his chest felt heavier than anything in the room. On the large main screen, the Council fleet appeared. Hundreds of ships, bright lights, weapons armed, moving straight toward human space. A message flashed. Council requests human disarmament. Failure will result in force. Varric felt the urge to scream. They don't understand. They think you're the threat. Rhea crossed her arms. No, Badik. They don't think. They fear. Fear makes rulers blind. Another alert blinked on the screen, this time behind the Council fleet. A dark shape, growing larger, moving fast. Varric whispered, horrified. The reaver, it's following them. Rhea nodded. The Council doesn't even know they are being hunted. The reaver's form became clearer. A massive beast of living energy, its glowing patterns pulsing like a heartbeat. It looked like a shadow of a star turned into a monster. Varric's voice trembled. If it reaches the Council fleet, it will devour them, Rhea finished. And then it will come for us all. Varric wanted to run. He wanted to hide. But he forced himself to speak. What will humans do? Rhea looked at him. What we always do. Protect life, even when others try to destroy us. Human officers opened communication lines. A calm voice said, contacting Council fleet. Attempting peaceful communication. Varric listened. A transmission buzzed. This is the Galactic Council. Humans, you are ordered to shut down your weapons. Stand down immediately or face consequences. Rhea gave a slow exhale. They won't even listen. The humans replied, Council Fleet, you are in immediate danger. A reaver is behind you. Change direction or power down your reactors. Silence. Then laughter. Real laughter. A council commander's voice came through. Your lies won't work on us, humans. You want us to retreat? Not this time. Rhea's jaw tightened. Varric's stomach twisted. The council didn't believe the warning. Varric stepped forward. Let me talk to them. He was given the microphone. His hand shook as he spoke. Council Fleet, this is Varric of the Historian Division. The humans speak the truth. A reaver is following your energy trail. If you continue, a harsh voice cut him off. Varric, you have been compromised. Humans manipulated you. I'm telling the truth. Varric shouted, if you don't change course, we will all die. The council commander responded coldly. Prepare to detain the alien ambassador. He will face questioning when we finish with the humans. The transmission ended. Varric's heart broke. They're going to destroy everything. Rhea placed a steady hand on his shoulder. Not if we get there first. Human screens shifted to battle formation. Not to attack, but to intercept the reaver. Varric stared. You're going to fight it? Alone. Rhea shook her head. Not fight. Delay. We can slow it down long enough to give the council time to realize the truth. And if they don't, Varric asked. Rhea met his eyes. Then we use Overkill protocol again. But not on the council. On the reaver. The command center went silent. Overkill protocol. Against a creature that devours stars. Could humans really do it? A human officer called out. Reaver, closing distance. 10 minutes until contact. Another voice followed. Council Fleet increasing weapon power. Preparing to fire on humans. Varric felt the air leave his lungs. They're going to start a war right in front of a reaver. Rhea turned toward her fleet screens. Then we will block them, she said calmly. Because humans don't run. We don't hide. We stand between danger and the innocent, even when the innocent are pointing guns at us. Outside the station, massive human warships began to deploy. Engines roared. Shields activated. Light spread across their hulls like rising fire. They were preparing to face two enemies. The blind fear of the council and the hunger of the reaver. Rhea gave one final order. Launch all ships. Protect the galaxy before it destroys itself. The station trembled as human fleets launched into the dark. Suspense tightened in the air. This was the moment the galaxy would remember forever. Human warships burst into open space, their engines shining like small suns. They formed a perfect defensive wall between human territory and the approaching council fleet. The darkness of space glowed with tension. Every second felt like a heartbeat before a storm. Varric watched from the command center, breath held tight, as Captain Rhea stood firm at the front of the room. Outside, the reaver appeared. A massive creature of twisting light and roaring energy. Its body pulsed with hunger, its glowing veins flashing brighter with every moment. The humans had seen monsters. They had fought empires. But the reaver was something else entirely. A living void that consumed anything that existed. A human officer shouted, Reaver distance, 200,000 kilometers and closing fast. Another voice followed. Council Fleet is charging weapons. They think we are blocking their path. Varric felt panic rising. They still don't understand. They are heading straight into its mouth. Rhea didn't flinch. Then we'll show them, even if they refuse to see. Human ships flew forward, firing bright energy beams at the reaver. The shots hit but barely slowed the creature. It ate the energy as if it were food. Varric whispered, nothing hurts it. Nothing slows it. Rhea pressed a control. Activate Overkill protocol. The lights dimmed. A deep mechanical rumble echoed through the human fleet. This time, the protocol wasn't just a rule. It was the last hope for every species. On the main screen, human ships shifted formation, forming a massive spiral pattern. Energy built in the center, brighter and brighter, until the entire command room glowed white. Varric shielded his eyes. What are they doing? Rhea answered quietly, not killing it, trapping it. Human ships fired all at once, their beams merging into a single vortex of blinding energy like a star being born. The Reaver roared, the sound vibrating through Varek's bones. For the first time, the beast slowed. It writhed, but the vortex held it. Containment at 40%, 50%, 60%, an officer shouted. But containment came at a price. Human ships began overheating. Panels burst. Engines cracked. Even with perfect precision, the strain was too much. Rhea knew it, but she didn't stop. Suddenly, a new signal appeared. The Council fleet, charging weapons, preparing to fire on the humans. Budek screamed, "No, stop. They're saving you." But the Council didn't listen. On the screen, their weapons glowed brighter. Rhea stared at the display with calm sadness. They think we're attacking them. They are blinded by fear. Send another message. Varek begged. We did, Rhea said. 10 times. Varek felt helpless. The humans were holding a monster at the edge of destruction, and the Council was about to destroy the only one saving them. Then something unexpected happened. A transmission came through, not from the Council commanders, but from Council soldiers. Lower ranks, ordinary crew, voices of fear, voices of truth, voices saying, "We see it. There's something behind us. Retreat. Retreat. That creature, it's real." The Council commanders froze, their screens filled with the image of the Reaver, writhing inside the human vortex. Then, for the first time, they realized the truth. Humans weren't the threat. They were the shield. The Council fleet changed course instantly, pulling away from the Reaver and from human lines. The sudden loss of reactor energy made the Reaver surge violently. Containment dropped. Containment at 28%, an officer warned. We're losing it. Rhea stepped forward, her voice steady as stone. All ships. Final strike pattern. Varek grabbed her arm. No, you'll die. Rhea smiled softly. Someone has to make sure it ends here. Human ships redirected power from their shields, from their engines, even from life support backups. Every ounce of energy poured into the vortex. The Reaver screamed, its light collapsing inward. The vortex grew brighter, brighter, and then silence. A flash. The Reaver vanished. Gone. The screens dimmed. Human ships drifted, damaged but alive. Rhea exhaled, her shoulders finally relaxing. It's over. Varek stood in shock. You saved them. You saved everyone. Rhea nodded. That's what Overkill means to us. Not destruction, protection. No second chances for what threatens life. Later, the Council sent a message. Apology, shame, gratitude. But humans didn't respond with anger. They simply said, learn from this, and stand with us next time. Varek became the first alien ambassador to walk freely among humans, honored for warning them and witnessing their truth. And the galaxy learned one final lesson. Humanity does not redefine overkill to destroy. They redefine it so the galaxy can survive.